All right, Saints Nation, welcome to match number 2 of the evening here in the CCL, as we now have Carroll University up against St. Clair College. St. Clair, of course, coming off of a fantastic first match. They're up against Maverick. Now starting things right back off here with it. It's actually going to be CU getting the first initial play.
Yes, we're going to be seeing Embassy Hardpoint for the first map of this matchup against Carroll University. Saints going to be starting with 14 points on the probably the most difficult point of this on this map, right in the middle of everything.
I mean, at the end of the day, they had for at least a couple of moments here. We do see Grim Reaper trying to make its way through the high ground as well. Pez trying to open fire here, of course, on the side of Carroll University, of course. E-Train, Pez, Grim Reaper, Mediwood, all here ready to play. Unfortunately, we couldn't really get much of an update on the CCL website as to how they did in their first match, because they too would have had a doubleheader earlier this evening. But nonetheless, here for our second match of the night, Saints off to a relatively decent lead. Start things off here on this first hard.
Yeah, going to be having Carroll University set up for for P2, but no, it did not. St. Clair getting a full setup. Relaz going to be holding the flank up against Mediwood, which he is instantly taken down.
Immediate smoke screen there takes him down, and even
Grim
Reaper may have had the position here. Bendy with the awesome shot, but here comes Carroll University on the rebound, basically trying to refrag out. They have cleansed the Saints off of the point. However, they themselves were not actually getting any of the hard points here at this moment in time. So Saints slowly but surely are going to be able to just absolutely cleanse the rest of Carroll University right off of this point, and it's going to be Blaz there on the point, just scooping it up at this point.
Yeah, off of the first 2 points here, Saints are at 75 points and climbing, and they're already contesting for P3 already on this map. Priestley.
Priestley! My goodness, just absolutely. Maybe he should be the one with the tag of the Grim Reaper, because everybody he sees is dead, and that's going to allow the Saints to just get this point like it's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Bendy with the double, too.
100 points for St. Clair already, and it looks like it's not going to stop there. Saints holding down P3 perfectly so far. I'm excited to see P5 in that kitchen area. How we were talking with about Maverick in that game, I believe it was game 1.
I believe.
Where it was like, you cannot breach this site. I'm excited to see the P5 and how it's going to turn out.
I mean, as of right now, it doesn't matter whether it's the high ground or the low ground. The Saints just seem to be finding their way around all of the defenses there on the side of Carroll. Currently, 130 uncontested points here. Point-blank shot there from Blaz, going to get Pez. Does get refragged out, and Mediwood is going to take care of Relaz. So some frags are coming on the board here now for Carroll University. But there is still Blaz right there, nearly at the double lined up. But he is going to get taken down by Mediwood. And it is going to be Carroll finally get themselves on the board here.
Yep. 3 points. 3 points so far, and they get taken out by Saints, getting the spawn flips in.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, we were discussing this matchup just even when looking for matches of broadcasters. We see Bendy pull a nice quick doubler. Maybe some additional ones. No, they're going to get taken down by Priestley. Of course, going to clean it up anyway. No 4K for you this time, bye. But like thinking about the matches, it's like, oh, are we going to see? We know the Saints have been pretty dominant across pretty much any of the leagues as of late. Could it be possible to see a 0-point victory on Hardpoint? And while we're not going to see it this time, bye, if they keep this up, it might be kind of close.
Yeah, for sure. If they keep up the pace here, this is pretty. I'm gonna throw it a pun here. It's looking pretty grim for Carroll University.
Yeah, pretty grim, and they're basically getting run over by the E-Train at this point here, as we now see. It looks like Carroll is going to get themselves back on here, but it is going to be contested. We see Bendy here along the outside, goes up against Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper, nice little headshot there to take care of Bendy, and it's going to be a bit of a back and forth here. Relaz, point blank, not going to get it. E-Train runs him over real quick, but Priestley with the refrag in position to take out the second one, and that is going to let the Saints take care of this hard point and probably get the rest of this time.
Yeah. Carroll is not going to be able to get back on this point. This was the point. Jeez, relaxed. This is the point where I was talking about. If you get set in, you will not be breaching at all for another point.
I mean, Carroll's able to kind of picks them out on the outside here as we see Pez looking to try and get in here. But yeah, as soon as you're set up and planted, like at best you're going 1-for-1 it seems, or you just pull like relax and just get a triple just because. I mean, the Saints can't win off of this point, but let's be honest here, couple more seconds and this next point, and this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah, they're already at 230 points. This is a slaughter.
Yeah, absolutely. Saints in control as well. They are set up with 2 members. A couple of them did end up falling here. So it is going to be up to Blaz, who ends up getting a double. So definitely gets some value here on this point to just hang on just for a bit more. Nice little flank here from Mediwood. But he runs out of ammo to try and get this one. Does eventually neutralize the points here to give Carroll University at least a little bit more breathing room. But the rest of the Saints come through and just shut that down immediately. Time's going to tick down, and Saints are going to make this one a part of awesome games done quick.
Wow. Absolute shutdown by St. Clair. 250 to 13.
Yeah, an absolute fantastic showing here from the Saints. And this multi-kill was absolutely disgusting. I am glad they got that one on the best play, because that was 3 very, very quick snaps.
Yeah, best play, final kill. I'm just thankful that they do best play. Priestley, 22 and 6.
And by the way, hi everybody. It's been a little while since I've been on the microphone. Of course, Mr. Danners here, joined alongside Ryan. I guess these are we the two? If you're the ghost, are you the Gengar to my Giratina at this point here? Like at this point, because we're just the production ghosts taking over the commentary here. We got Alex here working director duty as well as observer. So it's been an incredible night so far of action, and the Saints just picking up where they left off. It seems like the longer, the more games they go, they just absolutely like a runaway train. You can't stop it.
It's a roll. It's a roll. And once it goes, it's like a, what's the saying? Once you make a snowball go down the hill, you can't stop it.
Basically. Yeah, which is just incredible showing. There's not a whole heck of a lot to really analyze about it when you really think about it. Just the Saints were always there on point first. They were able to shut them down on the way through, and even if they did end up going down, it seemed like every kill was traded. Yeah. There was so many times we've seen basically every member of the Saints find themselves with like massive value, multiple multi-kills, just able to shut down like push after push.
Everything.
It was just an unstoppable
brick
wall, basically, to say the least.
For sure. And I think within the first minute, Priestley had a cruise missile in hand. I don't think he used one, let alone he didn't even need it.
I mean, of course, those cruise missiles, those streaks are definitely good when trying to like make a comeback or just like put the nail in the coffin. Yeah, but at the same time, just a good defensive setup is all you really needed. And when there was 2-3 Saints in like these power like positions, there's just no stopping them.
No, absolutely not. But I do believe for our next matchup, we're going to be back on Embassy for Search and Destroy. And then I believe map 3 is Hotel, which is a bit of a change from last series.
Yeah, seen a lot of Embassy, but not a whole... it's not quite gotten the Tuscan treatment. I know we were kind of joking around about Tuscan and Bocage a little bit earlier in the day. It's not quite there yet, but you can tell it's a bit of a favored map for the Saints so far. But I'll be looking forward to the Hotel game as well.
Yeah, I hope... I know Call of Duty had a bit of legal issues, but I really want to see an F1 map. I know you're a big F1 fan as well. I really want to see that map played in a competitive setting, but
every time I do audio tests, it's always on that map. I really do wish it.
Yeah, actually, I was playing DMZ, my mistake, with a friend earlier, and I saw Danners on I forget what is it, Mount Royale or Hotel Royale or something like that.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, I saw it. And I'm like, yeah, F1. I love F1 as well. My brother, even a bigger fan of F1 as well.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see that map somehow, or at least a version of that map come around in the near future. But that being said, we do have to take ourselves a very, very quick break to get all set up for Search and Destroy on Embassy. Don't go anywhere. Let's see if the Saints can keep this going. Well, it's lights out and away we go here for game number 2 in this matchup. Of course, Saints with a very, very dominant hard point to start off this series. But let's see if Carroll University here on their first attacking round, if they can make something happen here on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and forgot to mention this. We did have a substitution for this series. Brandon.
It happened so fast we kind of forgot to mention it.
Yeah, honestly. Brandon going to be subbed out and Blaz going to be subbed in, even though he has been taken down for the first kill of this round.
Wait, how many times did we call him out in that first game for just absolutely shredding people as well? So it may have been... Oh, it looks like Bendy pick it up exactly where he left off. However, sniper rifle versus assault rifle in mid-range combat, that's probably going over to the assault rifle. Nicely done there from the Grim Reaper. 2-on-2. Priestley's going to negate that, though. It's going to be all up to Pez to try and plant this thing, and he's not even close to the bomb at this point.
Yeah, Priestley even sees the bomb down at this stage, and he's in mid. Just looking. You can see him on the X-ray just doing a little jump peeks, and now he's just laying prone, playing his time.
I mean, go ahead and pop the silence anyway here and try to make the move. But as you said here, Saints are in position at both sites. Regardless of which way you look, you're going to get spotted. Priestley now may have taken a couple shots for his troubles, but at least knows that Pez is right around the corner and could possibly make the swing in a second. That's going to be the jump, and Priestley, make no mistake, is going to seal the deal.
TAC 56 versus the Vaznev. It's game over unless you get at least, I believe it's like 3 headshots with the Vaznev. You cannot compete with the TAC 56.
Just in that range, or like?
Yeah, it's a lot. I've seen. There's always been the GA wars going on in the on Twitter with the CDL. Ban the Vaznev. Ban the TAC 56. Nerf this. Nerf that. It's a consistent cycle, which they just decided, okay, we need at least one AR and one submachine gun, and that's all we're going to use from now on. The M4 was G8 as well. That one, I will admit, that one was super overpowered.
I mean, it sounds like a skill difference to me. But anyway, we got this next match coming down. It's going to be Saints' first chance on attack. Blaz going to lead the charge and looks to try and open things up.
Nice
but okay, that's inadvertently a 1-for-1 here as Grim Reaper accidentally tries to cover fire and ends up getting his own teammate.
Yeah, Relad super far pushed up here against Grim Reaper. Maybe he is expecting it. But we're going to have an A. I think this is the first A push this entire evening.
Well, it's definitely going to work. It is down. Relad's going to seal the deal as well, which means it's going to be all up to Pez to try and go up against 3. And this should probably be curtains, considering that his position has been exposed.
Okay, why are they playing dodge the sniper bullet with Bendy and Priestley?
I mean, they're going to have to dodge some of this AR shots here as Pez is going to find the first initial headshot. However, time is ticking. Priestley, the silent assassin here from behind, going to take care of this second round.
Yeah, I was looking at the mini-map, and here it is.
Oh, the little spinorama, too. I love it.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, St. Clair, very confident in this matchup.
Which is absolutely incredible because, of course, like I'm not here to rag on Carroll University by any means. They've gotten to CCL.
Yeah, this is the CCL.
They're an absolute strong squad, but just I don't know if it's Embassy or modes or what, but Saints are just absolutely showing off to start things off here. However, we did see something kind of similar, I guess, during our last matchup where the Saints did take a bit of a lead on Search and Destroy. Then all of a sudden it was like a 2-point game. So
Bendy.
Still possible here, but Blaz is going to try to make that happen. Nope, it's going to be Pez here, actually. It's going to be a little bit of a trade back and forth, which is going to end up being in Carroll's favor for the time being, leaving it all up to E-Train.
Yeah, 2v1, Bendy with the sniper, Blaz with the Vaznev. I'm just looking at the minimap. I'm seeing 360 after 360 after 360 going on, but bomb down on B as well. E-Train not in a good position here.
I mean, I don't care how many 360s you can pull off. All I care about is if you get the W or not. So let's see if they end up securing this here. Especially, you can outplay a sniper. So this is still very, very doable here for E-Train. Blaz is the one he's really going to have to worry about. This could be bad here, actually. Bendy back and forth. And he is actually going to get this. I want to see this if possible. Was that an off-the-ladder sniper shot?
No, you can only use a pistol up on the ladder. The X12.
Oh, yep, there it is.
But this is a known thing in the CDL too, is watch the ladder. Just because, as you can see, his head is just poking up and you just 3 shots with the pistol and you're done.
I mean, I know you're talking about snaking a little bit earlier when it's on ground with cover, but kind of, I guess,
Similar
mimicking
idea.
the play with the ladder a little bit there, just using the elevation as your advantage, as a little bit of extra cover for yourself. As we now see Priestley with the Saints on the attack,
Full
going directly through, and just the fact that you can just rain nades in this map is extremely scary as well.
Yeah, that's it. It's honestly one of my favorite things as well, because once you find the lineups, you're either getting a hit marker or you're wasting the enemy team's trophy system, or you just die.
Yep. Absolutely fair enough. As we now see the B has already been planted and the Saints are already in post plant. This is going to be an absolute nightmare for Carroll University to try and make their way through. Grim Reaper is going to damn well try. It is going to be Priestley, though, to secure the kill in that regard. Now it's going to be E-Train trying to push along the right-hand side, but no matter which angle, it seems that Carroll University tried to make their way through, that they're getting shut down over and over again. They are going to find the initial elimination here onto Relaz, but I feel like that's curtains.
Yeah, there's no time left. You got to get there with 7.5 seconds left. Gonna be padding the stats for streaks.
Got him! Drive by. Let's go.
So much for padding stats. Blaz gonna be going in with the knife, and he gets shot from his teammate as well, and still manages to make the kill.
Absolutely, like nail on the head plays here coming out. Saints are just absolutely looking fantastic, to say the least, here in this series. I guess just the one series is all they needed for warm up, and now they're finding all of their shots. They're finding all the positioning and plays that they could possibly want, it really feels like. But looking at Carroll University, they were about to just beeline it towards B, but I think the sniper shot there from Laz or whatever that was that he was using just kind of scared him.
Yeah, that grenade was picture perfect, right on the corner of where Grim Reaper is sitting. But you get Bendy.
Oh, Priestley.
Priestley with 2 as well, and it's a 4v1.
You blink, and they're all dead, apparently, here in this one, as Blaz is going to possibly get a run in here, and it is going to somehow win that trade. The gunshots are just finding their mark here for St. Clair across the board, whether it's the guns, whether it's the grenades, everything, whether it's the tip of the blade, everything is just finding its mark.
Yeah, this is looking like a walk in the park for St. Clair on match point with the 5-0 scoreline. It's looking rough for the side of Carroll.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like on the side of Carroll, like Pez is not doing, I guess, too bad to say the least here. He's finding plenty of shots, but just everybody else seems to be having a very, very hard time.
Yeah, if we can pull up one of the, I thought that was an M4. I thought he just broke the G's. I thought E-Train pulled out an M4, but no, going to be staying on the GA path.
I mean, we could bring in the UAVs, the tactical nukes, whatever it have at this point here. I don't think there's anything going to save Carroll this time by, as we see once again. No. Do I hear a missile coming through for the final kill, possibly?
And
nope. How about a knife again? That is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Was that Blaz for the second knife?
I think that was the second time he did that.
Oh my goodness! I guess we'll see it in the final kill as well.
Yeah, final kill. It's going to be Relaz this time. It's breached on through. I mean, at that point, you probably had a rough idea that
we knew it was coming.
They were inside the building, but probably didn't realize it was that close. And honestly, like, no BM or anything intended. That's just your best option in theory.
I'll say there was a tiny bit of BM for that Surge and Destroy.
Maybe a little bit, but you could definitely tell that the things are feeling comfortable.
Oh, very comfortable.
Just again, the grenades that you're talking about, just cutting off. Like anytime they would have tried to do some sort of blitz towards any of the points, if you do it, you're just eating like half your health, and you get like tickled by one bullet, then you die.
Yeah,
so do you want to take that risk?
Yeah, and that's the thing for sniping on attacking side. The snipers are usually pushing that angle really hard because there's the one little. I'll call it a planter, but it's
right.
So the snipers go in behind that planter right away, but that's what that counter nade is for. So that's where attacking side we don't see a lot of snipers. Obviously Bendy was using it, but obviously with that matchup, Yeah, I think he was fine. I think
I
he was
mean,
fine.
even in like some of the hardest matchups that we've seen, even in like NACE finals and such in the past, we've still seen snipers being used. So it's not even necessarily like an overconfident pick. I almost feel like it's
Yeah.
just the strategy they have is just working.
Oh,
Whether it was Brandon who was using it, or Laz, Blaz, whoever has happened to be using that sniper. I never see Priestley using the sniper, but I mean, just give him the AR and he might as well be sniping with
he
headshots
doesn't
anyway.
need it.
But everybody just seems to be like very like
Comfortable.
very comfortable. The tactical positioning is right there, making it extremely uncomfortable for every single opponent. And it's just on full display here as the Saints are going up 2-0 as we go into control, which will be on Hotel.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, one of my favorites for control as well.
Yeah, first time we're going to be seeing that one tonight. But with that, we do have to do a little bit of lobby tag. So we will be right back hopping into game number 3 to see if Carroll University can stop the bleeding.
For sure.
All right, let's see. One more time possibly here for Saints to secure themselves their second CCL victory, go 2-0 on the week. But we'll have to see what Carroll University has in store as we now move to control. And we already see the Saints picking up exactly where they left off. Blaz and Bendy are going on a tear.
And their Saints are even like countering their spawns. Look at Priestley. He already read the spawn of Mediwood on the A site, but unfortunately gets taken down.
I mean, at this point, not too bad here from the side of Carroll University. They were able to clear out that A site to at least give themselves a little bit of breathing room. Actually, to be fair, both sites are now unoccupied, and they're trying to keep them away. Looks like Priestley in a bit of a one-on-two here over at the A site as well, as trying to hold things down, takes care of Relaz. And so far, actually, not too bad. Halfway through this B point, and A already had ticket.
Here we go. Yeah, actually, they're going to be taking both sites. Saints going to be taking down the players on B. Priestley.
Okay, if you would have somehow did the 180s to find Mediwood in that situation, that would have been absolutely dirty. But I mean, even getting the doubles is dirty in its own right. As we now see the Saints just on a very, very solid defense, whether it's 1 or 2. This battle towards A point is finally under control here for the Saints. Carroll University initially had themselves a pretty good stop. We got a little bit of drop shot action coming out here from Blaz, but he's going to get refragged.
Yep, Grim going to be dolphin diving to his safety. Are we going to be seeing a flank coming in from Carroll?
Yeah, that's going to be number 2 there. That's going to be Mediwood on the flank. Does take care of Relaz. So it does open up a little bit of breathing room. Blaz, however, in between a rock and a hard place, and Mediwood is going to secure that. That is going to be B-site down to at least its first tick. A almost down to its second. Very, very close. It is going to be secured. So some progress is being made here. It might finally get shut down. Nope, not quite as of yet. But Carroll University, they're not going down without a fight here.
Yeah, and looking at the lives here, Saints up by 6.
That's a problem. That's a big problem.
And only 8 seconds left. Carroll University's really got to get on a point to give them the extra minute.
Yeah, and at least they're not trickling in, to say the least here, but just the gunfighting out here is absolutely insane. Blaz is just able to go 2-for-1 over and over again. Priestley just making his mark known here with these 360s, apparently. But some frags are coming down the barrel here for Carroll, but at the same time, they only have 6 lives left here. We were worried that this would go to a bit of a team deathmatch. And sure, Carroll University, solid job to get that A point, but now you have only 6 lives to try and get the remainder of B with all the Saints in position.
Yeah, it was a good dogfight, but a lot of sacrifices coming in.
Good start?
Yeah, definitely a good start. They have 30 seconds on the clock to get on point. Actually, if they get on point, that timer stops. But not a lot of time to make way with 5 lives left.
Yeah, they're not going to wait for the other one as well. They're going to trickle in, and this is exactly where the Saints are going to melt them. If they can find themselves in 1-on-2s and find it, they can absolutely destroy you with the lives advantage here. As we see Priestley
2 players
trying
left.
to look for Mediwood and Pez. The last one's alive here, all down to Pez, and that's going to be all out of time.
Yeah, didn't have a chance with the time remaining as well, but does get taken down to 0.
Yeah, you would have needed this somehow like 360 headshot a bunch of people like this was wanted or something like that. You would have had to pull some sort of miracle out to make that play happen. But
needed the Gmod V clipping, I think it's what it's called, to get on the point to have a chance on that one. But we're going to be seeing Saints on attacking side for this round 2.
That would definitely be interesting if a situation like that occurred. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, it's going to be the Saints' turn to attack this time by. Let's see, do they split their focus or just dive bomb point? We'll see momentarily here as Priestley and Blaz going to be the first contact here. Priestley going to open up the fragging, taking care of Pez. Some of these nades are in a pretty good position as well, with Relaz's covered fire as well. This makes this B point completely taken over, and the Saints are basically in a post plant at this point, trying to control this spot.
Yeah, you might as well just sacrifice the B point and save your lives. Like, they're already down three lives as it is.
And with that, that's actually Blaz going to make the run around. He ended up going down, so never mind, just run towards the A site. Take care of it that regard as well. And we even have some streaks on board in case of a worst-case scenario here. But with the gunfighting from the Saints so far, just absolutely finding its mark. They secure the B point, going to make their way over to A. Blaz is already there, and Bendy is right there as well.
Yeah, Bendy going to be taken down by Grim with the nice kill. But I do believe going back on that cruise missile, Priestley's going to be saving that for the defensive round if
Absolutely.
needed, if they're in a pinch. But Priestley going to be popping dead silence.
Yeah, looking to make the move, going to get the dub, and it's actually going to be Pez getting the counterattack there, so solid job there to shut down Priestley. How many times have we seen Priestley do that and pull it off? So nice little shutdown, a little bit of extra motivation there for the side of Carroll University, but with Blaz just tearing through the defenses one after another, E-Train nearly put up a good fight, but it is going to be Relaz in the end to take control.
It's team deathmatch at this point for the Saints. They got
with the lives, oh god.
It's 22-13, up by 9. They got 3 Saints on point or securing the point or defending the point. My mistake.
I mean,
it's team deathmatch.
That's the thing about this game mode. I always feel like they have it under control. Like, okay, Carroll, they cleared the point. They're doing good. And then I look at the lives. It's like, oh wait, at what cost?
Yeah, they just lost. They just lost 10 lives securing that or saving that point. But St. Clair taking the 2-0. I do believe they go on defense for this. They definitely go on defense for this because it's usually off the kill count that decides if they're on offense or defense. Saints going to be taking defense here.
I mean, that only really comes into play if we even get to the 5th round at this point, right? So
yeah, exactly.
We have to make sure we get there.
Right. It's for 5th round. My mistake.
Yeah, got to make sure we get there first. But Carroll University on the attack. They didn't necessarily do too bad. They did get one of the points in their first opportunity.
Taking A first, too.
Let's see if they can do it this time by. Mediwood finds a double, but Relaz is going to be right there for the refrag and immediately shorting a couple of the Saints, but Bendy is just going to go positive in these trades.
Yeah, Pez playing a little bit of peekaboo, lying down in the hallway right in the corner of the door, so it's very difficult to see, but the strategy change here coming out of Carroll is giving them a better chance at this A point here.
I mean, they've had enough time here to possibly set up, but it doesn't seem like it matters at this point as they are able to originally shred 2, but it does slow things down a little bit. Saints don't have control, but at the same time, only now does Carroll University have any progress on this point. They are going to get the first tick, it looks like. And E-Train, nice little jump shot there to take care of it, and it's an unfortunate team kill, it looks like, here for Grim Reaper.
Oh, my Priestley, if he got that kill. But even with the lives, Carroll going to be taking
this is a good hold.
3-kill lead. I think Saints, what they got to do is just let this 8-point go. They're going to have 1:50 on the board to hold that B site with the secure bonus.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much what happened during the first time they were on defense, right? Yeah. They eventually gave up one, and then they just blitzed the B site or the second site, whichever one it was, and just was able to hold it. And then Blaz is in a little bit of a sneaky position, looking for people to maybe cross on through. Bendy's going to be in for a world of hurt. Looks like Grim Reaper's going to take care of him in that regard this time by. And Priestley is pretty much on site. Here's the glass break-in and is in perfect position to try and line some of these up.
Yeah. Might as well yell at him, hello, I'm right here. Going through that window. Going to be taken down by Mediwood up in the bedroom there.
Yeah, so very even on eliminations this time by 17-15, and it's going to be the first mini lead of sorts here that Carroll have until commentators curse it apparently as Blaz and Priestley just shred through 2 nice and fast. And now it's just a matter of trying to get to this B site and maybe finding some sort of defensive hold to try and eliminate some of the Saints' lives because these 1-for-1s I don't think are going to be working for Carroll.
No, they definitely got to do what me and Joe were talking about, the double peek on Fortress there when they both jumped over top of the truck there on A point. Gonna have to make some sacrifices here, Carroll.
Absolutely, either breach through or it's a bit of an all-in, right? If it goes wrong, then you're definitely a little out of luck in terms of value. But it seems like the Saints have been finding all the value in these last couple of moments here.
Gosh.
This wasn't even elimination or even lives at one point.
Isn't even worried.
And he's just chilling in the plants, just hanging out at this point, seeing how high his camouflage score is, apparently. As Priestley, in the meantime, just goes shredding in the background. Time is going to tick down, and let's submit this one to Awesome Games Done Quick, because this match is over.
Yeah, absolutely. Blaz said, I'm done for the night. I don't need to do any more work.
That's a tropical vacation there, just hanging out with the plant, right?
Yeah, quick sub in for match 2. He's basically with 30 seconds left, said, "Yeah, we're good. We're good. I don't have to do this. Priestley, take the wheel."
I wasn't chilling. I was holding an angle, right? But so you take a look at the scores here. Just non-traded kills. If that's the name of the game, I feel like in this entire series was just non-traded kills. It seems like every single time the Saints got taken down, they at least got one back, if not two or three. Just for whatever reason, the guns were hot today, and they were finding all the marks.
Yeah, Priestley with 18 non-traded kills. That is unheard of. Unheard of.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Just the strategic play was on point. The gunplay was on point. The hit and run kind of style as well.
Yep.
Just never being in the same spot for too long unless you're hanging out by the plant. Just it was everything was going positive here, and that is going to help Saints net themselves a 2-0 here in this first week of CCL. So starting things off hot.
Yeah, definitely off to a good start with these two victories. Look, I'm excited to see who's else is in their group. I do believe Northwood is in their group.
At some point, I think we're going to have to play them. It's really weird being in the Midwest. That's why this game is so late, by the way. Normally, CCL has always been like 7 and 9, but we got put in Midwest. So for the rest of these Tuesdays coming up, you can definitely expect us to be on a couple of late and long days as well, because especially going into next week, it's going to get really ridiculous because we'll have Overwatch into COD again. So Tuesdays are going to be tons of esports action, to say the least. But if you're here for Call of Duty, sorry the show didn't go longer for you. This was an absolute barn burner. Saints just taken what was their NACE dominance and just brought it to CCL.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully for that long Tuesday, I will be in my spot behind the desk.
Guess who makes those decisions?
Yeah, I guess you make those decisions, so it's up to you. But I can only hope and pray. We'll see.
I do actually take their recommendations.
I know.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I'm not that bad, I promise. But nonetheless, of course, big thank you for everyone joining us here on this late night of CCL Call of Duty action. Fantastic showing, of course, once again here from the Saints. Fantastic job from everybody on the production side of things. Jobin, Ryan, Alex, thank you all for being a part of this broadcast, of course. And then I guess thank yous for allowing me to get back on the mic. It's been a little bit of time since the last time that happened.
Yeah, and thank you for filling in. I know Jobin has some early classes in the morning tomorrow. So
yeah, as much as we love our Call of Duty, we also want to make sure academics are okay.
Yeah,
thankfully, you are okay in terms of classes. But yeah, Jobin had an 8 o'clock. I wasn't going to sacrifice him for that. So yeah, fair enough in that regard. But that being said, also big thank yous to everybody for tuning in to Matchup. And we will be back tomorrow. We're going to go back with the NACE side of things, but it's going to be for Valorant this time by. We're up against Michigan Tech, which I know for Rocket League anyway.
Those are our rivals.
They are one of our rivals. So going into this Valorant match, I'm assuming some of those skills kind of transfer over at least a little bit in terms of like team strength.
Yeah,
so it should, in theory, be a very, very good match. Or we could be submitting another one to House of Games Done Quick. We'll have to see, when we get there. But any final thoughts before we close out tonight?
No, fantastic job by the COD team once again, keeping their streaks going.
Yeah, we joke around about these being close matches. This is a good problem. They're ridiculously good.
Yeah, to even have a roster, even to have such a deep roster come in, I've seen, even in the qualifiers, Zarin was coming in to play as well. He's the coach, and he was doing very well, even in the CCL qualifiers as well. So like, with this deep roster, they can definitely do a lot of damage.
Absolutely. I was about to go and say disciplines, but when I'm seeing some 360s and some knifing and and whatnot, I'm going to hesitate on that maybe a little bit. Still better than majority of teams out there. I'll give them that. But still, they have the record to show for it. So we'll have to see as we go through this CCL season. When does that roadblock happen? Who do we run into? Is it going to be Northwood? Does Northwood even give us the trouble? We'll have to see when we get there.
Yeah, it'll be a test of the Call of Duty skill, the controller gunny. We will see it.
Absolutely. That being said, we'll close out here for tonight. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for some NACE Star League Valorant action.